On your knees, Shyen. I want everyone to see. Alex didn't shout. He didn't have to. The entire executive floor froze the second he hit the intercom and ordered security to drag me up in the janitor jumpsuit. He dangled my old VP badge over the toilet, then let it drop. Fish it out. Now. His 3 trust fund buddies laughed behind him. I stood dripping bleach in the doorway of the men's restroom, hands raw, knees already bleeding through the gray fabric. My name is Shyen, and trust me, nothing about my life used to feel this cruel. 4 hours earlier, I was wearing 6-inch heels and closing a 9-figure deal. Now I was on the 42nd floor, name tag torn off, badge floating in piss. Alex crouched, breath hot against my ear. You really thought Dad promoted you because you were good? He smiled slow. He promoted you because you look exactly like the one he lost. He tapped the toilet seat. Start scrubbing. Board dinner's in 3 hours. I want my bathroom perfect. He wiped his shoe on the mat. On me. Security filmed. One guard smirked. I reached into the bowl. Water was warm. He hadn't flushed. I pulled the badge out. Alex took it, dried it on his sleeve, clipped it to the jumpsuit right over my heart. There. Now they'll always know what you really are. Door clicked shut. I stayed on my knees, because standing would have meant screaming. I was 15 when Mom died. Liver failure, no insurance, foster care papers already signed. Then a black car showed up. Driver handed me an envelope. Full ride to the best schools. Every birthday, money appeared. Same handwriting on every card. Make me proud. I thought I earned it. I thought I was special. I was wrong. The old man started the grooming at 18. Late night meetings. Hand on my lower back 1 second too long. Eyes that stripped. He never crossed the line. But the line was always there. Waiting. I climbed anyway. Analyst, director. Youngest VP at 31. People called me a shark. They had no idea. Then he died. Heart attack. 3 months ago. Will reading was private. I wasn't invited. Yesterday, HR called me in. Alex sat behind the desk like he owned gravity. Didn't look up. You're done, I laughed. You can't fire me. I run 40% of... Folders slid across the desk. Screenshots. Me stealing. Me sleeping with senators. Me deleting evidence. All fake. All perfect. He finally met my eyes. Cold, empty. Sign the resignation, or the FBI gets this by lunch. Pen shook in my hand. I signed. Then he handed me the jumpsuit. Payment starts tonight. Every toilet, every floor. Cameras are on. He leaned in. Daddy can't save you anymore. Service elevator smelled like bleach and shame. Started on 30. By 38, my fingers bled. By 42, I was crying without sound. Last stall. Executive men's room. Something taped under the tank lid. Black micro SD card. Plastic wrapped. My name in handwriting that stopped my heart. His handwriting. I hid it in my bra. They were still watching, but I smiled. Just once. 5:03 a.m. City still dark. 23 blocks to the Koreatown Cyber Cafe. Mr. Kim saw the jumpsuit. Didn't ask. Locked the door behind me. Plugged the card in. One file, video. Date stamped the night the old man died. Hospital room, machines beeping. Lawyer I didn't know. Old man barely breathing. Record everything. Lawyer held up a new will. Dated 2 days after the public one. Old man lifted a shaking hand. Pointed at the camera. Shyen Park. My daughter. Air left my lungs. He kept talking. Voice cracking. 72% voting shares. To her. Tears rolled down his face. I waited too long. Tell her I'm sorry. He signed. With everything he had left. Then looked straight into the lens. Use it, baby girl. Burn them if you have to. Video ended. I stared at my reflection in the black screen. Daughter. 72%. Enough to fire every soul who laughed tonight. Enough to make Alex scrub toilets until his hands bleed. PDF hidden inside the video. Real. Notarized. Filed in Delaware. Buried deep. Someone paid millions to bury it. I copied to 3 clouds. Deleted history. Walked into sunrise. I wasn't running. I was coming back. Showered at the gym. Put on the only suit left in my locker. Walked into Harrington Global at 8:17. Security froze. I smiled. Took the elevator to 42. Alex in the boardroom retelling last night's story. Saw me. Spat coffee. What the hell? I walked straight to him. Leaned down. Whispered. Came to return something. Dropped my wet badge in his coffee. Dad says hi. His face went white. That night 2 men grabbed me in the garage. Professional, I was ready, mace, knee, ran. They left a note on my windshield. Stop digging or you join your mother. My mother. They knew. Always knew. They froze every card I ever touched by 9:02 a.m. Eviction notice taped to my door by 11:47. Security changed the locks while I watched from the sidewalk. I didn't fight. I just smiled, turned, and disappeared. That night I broke back in through the service tunnels I used to sneak cigarettes in college. Carried a duffel bag, blanket, toothbrush, one framed photo of my mom. I set up in the sub-basement server room nobody's opened since 2011. Cold concrete, hum of machines. Perfect. I still had admin access nobody thought to revoke. I watched them on every camera. Alex pacing his office like a caged animal. Triple bodyguards now, burning phones every 12 hours. He looked sick. Good. I watched him scream at his assistant for bringing the wrong coffee. Watched him throw a $40,000 crystal decanter against the wall when the stock dipped 2 points. Watched him stare at my empty desk like he expected me to crawl back. I never blinked. I printed the will 37 times, sealed 37 envelopes, mailed some, hand-delivered others to lockers, dead drops, lawyers who still owed me favors. One went to the FBI anonymous tip line with a post-it. Check Delaware Probate Court, File 47B. One went to Bloomberg's lead investigative reporter with a burner phone and a single text. Be ready Friday, 7 a.m. I slept 4 hours a night, showered in the gym on 14, ate vending machine sandwiches and revenge. They scheduled the emergency shareholder meeting for Friday. Agenda Item 1, permanent removal of disruptive former employee Shyen Park and associated legal action. Translation, bury me forever. I smiled when the invite hit the internal calendar. Perfect. Thursday night, I walked every floor, touched the walls I used to own, stood in the exact spot where Alex made me kneel, memorized the smell of bleach still stuck in my nose. I stole a master key card from maintenance. I cut the boardroom phone lines at 3:14 a.m. I disabled the emergency cell booster at 3:27. I left one camera live, the one pointed at the CEO chair. At 6:42 a.m. Friday, I walked into the boardroom wearing the same stained, bleach-rotted janitor jumpsuit, hair in a messy bun, hands still raw, carrying a plain cardboard box. 43 board members and senior execs turned to stone. Alex stood so fast his $18,000 chair smashed into the glass wall. Get her the fuck out! 2 security guards moved. I didn't flinch, just started walking the long table, placing one thick manila envelope in front of every single person. Slow, deliberate, like I had all the time in the world. When I reached Alex, I stopped, looked him dead in the eyes, and slid the last envelope across the polished wood. It spun 3 times, stopped perfectly centered. His name typed in 12-point Helvetica. He didn't touch it. I stepped back to the head of the table, unzipped the jumpsuit, let it fall to the floor like dead skin. Underneath, the custom Armani suit I wore the day I closed the Meridian acquisition. Navy, still fit like armor, heels sharp enough to cut throats. I looked at Chairman Whitaker, Alex's godfather, the man who signed every fake document. Before you vote to erase me, open the envelopes. Whitaker's hand shook when he broke the seal. His face went gray, then green. One by one they opened. Gasps. Someone whispered, Jesus Christ. A 72-year-old board member dropped his envelope like it was radioactive. Someone started crying. Alex still hadn't moved. I smiled. Soft. Page 47, Alex. Want me to read it out loud for the room? His fingers finally touched the paper, tore it open, scanned. His lips moved. No sound came out. I leaned in so only he could hear. Every word, ice. They think I'm broken? I tapped the remote in my hand. The wall screen lit up. The real will. Page 47, 72%. My name in bold. But they don't know what I know. Silence, then pure chaos. Whitaker lunged for his phone. Dead. Every phone in the room, dead. I'd killed the entire system an hour ago. I clicked the remote again. Live feed, CNN, Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business, the Wall Street Journal live stream, every major financial outlet on the planet, watching. I leaned into the microphone built into the table. Good morning, world. My name is Shyen Park Harrington, legal daughter of Alexander Harrington Jr., majority shareholder, 72% voting control. I let that breathe. Then clicked. The hospital video played. The old man crying, calling me his daughter, signing everything to me. The room erupted, screaming, cursing. One woman fainted. I kept talking over it. Calm, cold, measured. Effective immediately, Alexander Harrington III is terminated for fraud, forgery, blackmail, and 2 counts of attempted murder. The doors opened. 8 federal agents and windbreakers walked in. Alex tried to bolt, tripped over his own chair, face planted. Agents cuffed him while he screamed my name like a curse. I didn't even look. I turned to the table, one by one. Chairman Whitaker, terminated. SEC is waiting downstairs for the insider trading file. He pissed himself, literally. Margaret Cho, terminated. Your Cayman accounts just got frozen. She started hyperventilating. Richard Lang, terminated. Your little Swiss problem? Interpol says hi. I went down the line. Named every crime, every affair, every dirty secret I'd collected for 10 years. Some cried, some begged, some just stared like dead fish. One man, 78 years old, tried to jump out the 42nd floor window. Security tackled him before he broke the glass. When the room was empty, except for agents and Alex sobbing on the carpet, I walked over, crouched, looked into the eyes that once made me kneel. You wanted me on the floor, little brother? I patted his wet cheek with the same hand that pulled my badge out of his toilet. How's the view now? He couldn't speak, just cried harder. I stood, walked to the floor-to-ceiling windows, looked out over Manhattan, my Manhattan. 6 months later, Harrington Global rebranded to Park Enterprises. Stock tripled in 4 months. I kept 51%, gave 21% to the employees. Every janitor, every mailroom kid, every receptionist who looked away when I cried, they own the place now, with me. Alex got 18 years, federal prison. He cleans toilets there too, real ones. I sent him a care package on his first day. 1 gray jumpsuit, no name tag, still smells like bleach. I drive past the downtown public restrooms every Tuesday. He's always there, on his knees, scrub brush in hand. He looks up when my car slows. I never stop. I just smile and drive. I still have the original jumpsuit, framed, glass case, in my new corner office, 42nd floor, with a brass plaque underneath. From this floor I rose. From this floor they fall. Some nights I take the elevator to the sub-basement, sit on the same cold concrete, play the hospital video one more time, watch the old man cry, hear him call me baby girl, and I whisper back to the empty room, I did it, Dad. I burned them all. What would you do if this happened to you? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching Revenge Cut. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales of betrayal, justice, and redemption. Until next time, stay strong and never stop believing in your truth.